Assalamualaikum, my name is Asnisha binti Ahmad from DPM3D. I want to present about end of chapter. My question is, Step 1, issue on agency. My answer is whether Sandra, a minor, can join in the training partnership under the name of Melvis Piano Academy.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and good evening everyone. My name is Emilia Natasha binti Sacha. Today I will present about most suitable types of agency with elaboration. Thus, the types of agency is implicit agency, means an agency created from the conduct of principal and agents. It is generally inferred by circumstances that indicate the intention to establish the agency relationship. The implied agency is the actual agency, and the fact can be proved by dedication or conclusion from others' fact. For third parties, the principal is also responsible to implicit agency matters. In the case of the true implied agency, a third party does not need to have knowledge of the principal's action, or they can rely on the same. An agent by the authority implied as a real agent, the principal is responsible for his similar action as if the authority has been stated. For example, Sandra can only join the company if there is a third person. If there is no one, Sandra is allowed to be a Melvin partner. Thank you.
Question number 1, I. Step 1, conclusion based on issue 1. My answer is, since Sandra is only 16 years old, she is a minor and she can join this training partnership if them have third parties. Question 2I. Explain the maxim caveat emptor principle with relevant provision. My answer is the caveat emptor principle has been followed and adopted by the English law for countries. The meaning of the principle was laid down by Justin Wigg again in Spivey, where he said that caveat emptor, let the buyer beware, has been part of English language since 1523, when it was used in connection with the sale of a horse which might have been ridden, open, and be tamed or might by wild. If wilded, it was not the merchant who had to beware, but caveat emptor, beware true buyer. The caveat emptor has been seen as a powerful tool, the extent that many jurisdictions have tried to overpower or neutralize it by establishing consumer protection or sales of goods regulation, but when it comes to issue concerning land, the principle still applies. Toward the end of the 19th century, caveat emptor was still very much written as a general rule, but the judiciary were going into some extent a different direction to go the length of protecting a buyer, as caveat emptor offer buyers very little protection. This inevitably led to the drafting of the sale of goods bill.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Raisol Hilmin Abdul. I will discuss about the exception available on the maxim of caveat emptor principle of which discussion above. Caveat emptor is a Latin phrase that can be roughly translated in English to let the buyer beware. A caveat emptor disclaimer is intended to resolve dispute that arise from the information asymmetry, a situation in which the seller has more information than the buyer about the quality of a good or service. For example, if Melvin and Sander want to buy a piano from the Darasol company under the principle of emptor running, he is responsible for gathering the information needed to make the right purchase. To gather this information, Melvin and Sandra can decide to ask Darasol company what the component need to replace it, whether they are serviced regularly. If they buy the piano at the request price and make little or no effort to assess its true value, and the piano is subsequently damaged, and the should be technical not to be able for damage under the principle of will remainder, because market force reduce the application of caveat in some cases. A guarantee is a guarantee of quality or satisfaction issued by the seller voluntarily to the buyer. If the seller provides a quality product, they do not need to provide a refund or payment regularly, and buyers tend to choose this vendor based on quantity perception. In this practice, there are many exceptions to this principle. For example, if the seller lied about the quality of the piano, or he will commit fraud in M theory, Melvin and Sandra deserve compensation.